Greetings, chosen ones. To those that I am speaking to today, to the collective that is really feeling this and really doing their deep shadow work, I applaud you. I see you. I am heavily feeling the emotional rawness that you're in. And Spirit was very prompt in getting me here today to make sure you feel nurtured and seen and loved. And we're going to take a little bit of sovereignship for that. Sovereignship for our emotional balance. So we're going to heavily focus on balancing those emotions internally in our chakras, in our energetic fields, in our mindset, in our body. So let's begin, shall we? Let us dance with the beautiful universal energies that surround us, support us, love us. And anytime you feel these, I felt shakiness in my throat there. Anytime you feel these doubts come up, these tripwire doubts, go outside and sit down and feel the wind surround you and just really lean in to how that is your spirit crew surrounding you and doing song circles around you and filling you so deeply up. And that is the energies we're bringing in today. How magical, right? It's like children playing on a merry-go-round, or just that really circular, cyclical vibe, where you're dancing in the joys of the cycle. So make sure you're honoring each cycle of your life. And recently I was given this beautiful information of check in with where the moon's at, where you live. What is the moon phase in? So yesterday before we get into it, I guess, yesterday I was kind of in a hard spot. I just mentally, my hormones and the brain chemicals that want to trip us up, mentally I was not there. And so, and I wanted to get here yesterday to film. And so listening to my body, I was like, what is happening here? What is happening? And so I did a read, and in the reading, it was about checking in with where the moon's at. Where is the moon at? What can you learn from the moon right now? And what the moon's cycle is trying to tell you. Well, here where I'm at, the moon is in waning crescent. Could be waxing crescent. I'm still learning all this. And in this phase, the moon is in rest and recharge before it illuminates into the full moon. How cool, right? What a beautiful message. So very much I tuned into that and offered myself that medicine of rest. And if you're anything like me, where you suffer with really complex trauma and ADHD, and there's so much, just like complex depression. I could go on. I won't. So if you're like me and you suffer with that stuff, it can be really hard to bring yourself down into that grounding medicine you need. And so I just want to offer us that here today, that grounding medicine, that rest and recharge, so we may balance those emotions. I said, let's dance. And then I told you a personal story. So I mean it this time, guys. We'll really dance this time with the energies. All right, let's find a comfortable position. Make yourself comfortable. As you see, I'm kind of adjusting myself. Really give yourself that medicine of just being able to move. Let your body get what it needs. So really feel that. If you need to take a second, roll your shoulders back and down. If you need to let yourself slouch, let yourself slouch. I'm going to suggest we sit up in a high posture today, only to feel the crown and the root separate. But if your body is telling you to slouch, like if you want to be here today, be here today. Really give yourself and your body what you need. That's going to be the highest important of emotional regulation, is offering your body what it needs. Like even right now, this slouch posture feels so amazing for me right now. It feels really good for my lower back. And I'm like, ooh, but is this what my body needs right now? It's not. My spine's like, oh, I don't really feel that great. So you'll know when you feel good. Like you'll be like, oh yes, this feels like such a relief. Like for me, it feels like a slight relief, but I need to sit up today for me to feel that ultimate relief for my spine. So honor where your body is at, okay? I'm gonna slide you back here just a little bit so we can see a little more. All right, so what I have a really hard time. I compress down into my spine, so I found this medicine helpful and I want to offer it here. If you're in a position, if you're not going to slouch, if you're in a position that you're like, I want to sit up tall, this is what we're going to do. So what I always picture, and it's taken me a long time to do this, so I really hope this helps y'all. And please leave a comment if it didn't. I'd love to know. I love criticism to help me improve. So what I would like you to do is, I always picture like right here where my ponytail is at, there's a little hook in my head, like the little like, I'll just leave it there, a little hook. And I picture that someone's pulling a string up on that hook, like a puppeteer, like just pulling that up. But then I also picture that someone's pulling my tailbone down. And that kind of helps me close in my ribs a little bit. And then it helps me sit up taller. And then, it's not a matter of pushing your chest out or anything like that, but it's a matter of just setting up tall. And see, that's where I've always gotten it wrong. I know that if you've been here with me before, I'm like, push your boobies to the sky. So little did I know I was doing that wrong. So, focus on, sorry for those I've misled with that too. So focus on pulling that head up towards the sky. Like I said, like someone's just pulling that back of the base of your skull, like up towards the ceiling, and then someone's pulling that tailbone down. And then you kind of just naturally want to sit up taller, because if you're a really highly imaginative person like I am, it's like really easy to fall into. And so we'll be here right now, just honoring ourselves in this nice tall posture. Take a big, deep inhale in. Nice big sigh of relief out. Another big inhale in. Really focus on pulling that tailbone down. Head towards the sky. Tailbone towards the earth. Feel the breath that we're taking now simultaneously weave in and out of each spinal bone. This is going to be a little fiery healing session today to really, we're going to sweep those negative emotions out and bring in those positive emotions in. So if you're still with me, prepare for that. Deep inhale, nice soft exhale. Feel the spinal column relax. Feel the ribs close in, hugging you tightly. Make sure, again, if you need to collapse, that's okay. But if you're needing to sit up, make sure you don't try to collapse too much. There's some sticky resistance kind of pulling you here, kind of keeping you in this weird dark cocoon. And it's really impacting your emotional state. You know, when you're in like a really dark and musty basement, you can tell when light hasn't been there in a while. It's just got this like aroma and this stickiness to the air. That is what we're going to be like focusing on removing. And really not, I shouldn't say removing, but really honoring it and kind of cleaning it up. So it's like, oh wow, thank you for being here and thank you for keeping me safe for so long. But now we kind of got to clean this up a little bit so light can enter and we can always return here for safety. This isn't going to be a super light place. It's just going to be a little more cleansed. And that way the shadow side doesn't feel so beckoning. You know, sometimes we need those dark spaces to crawl under and to give ourselves that medicine and to really close ourselves in. But what's being called here is to like really take sovereignship of that and to see that like, okay, you know what? It's okay that I'm in the dark. It's okay. But how can I honor both the light and dark here? Where is my energy going? Where am I feeding my energy? So clearing that up for you now. If it feels aligned to do this with me, I'm feeling some flightiness happen. So to ground us down, I want us to just sweep the arms. Ate tuta tu samate ayate ayanoko amate ateamoto asaneketeo ayateo noko shututo. Do both arms at your pace. Make sure you're getting up on the shoulders, even into the neck. Ayono amaba amaba teo no tea ayo te amate te teo ne amoti ichate atu. Really allow yourself to receive these light codes. Ate anoko. Light language is all about impeding that dark cycle, I want to say. Ate ojuta zateane ayakatea. It's really beneficial when you have a really fragile ego. The light language is so helpful in kind of detaching the ego from the self, that many complex versions of ourself. Adu kateani, adu zamate, uteania, ayatea, jatea, nikete. So we're really removing like a lot of these like emotional resistance that the ego's created to keep you safe and protected. So let us honor that. Feeling like a little lack of nurturance here on your emotional side. So let us really tune into that and nurture what's here today. What are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling scared? It's okay to feel scared. Maybe you're feeling tired of being tough and holding it all together. Maybe you're feeling happy. Maybe you're feeling excited for something. Maybe you're feeling relaxed. Maybe you're finally feeling calm. Keep offering yourself that medicine of rubbing your arms down. And if it feels like you need to do a little tapping to bring in some blood flow, circulation into these areas, please do so. Just nice taps up and down the arm. Give yourself an applaud. Work your way up. Switch sides. Teo koya ni mote se teo tuya matea ni teo motui. Oh. Do it on your face if you need. Oh, shotea matea. Oh, yate. really nurture your body. If you need to scream into a pillow right now, if you're feeling agitated, whatever is coming up for you, allow that to be here. Don't try to shove it away. Don't push it away. I'm sure you've already noticed that when you do that, it makes it worse. I'm feeling like a lump in your throat. So we're going to kind of clear that. Really breathe into that. Offer it that 360 breath. Really envision that coming in and clearing it out. Like a big old rainstorm just coming in and clearing everything out. What are you feeling in this moment? I'm feeling like the ego really resurfacing and trying to tell you reasons that you should be scared, that you should protect yourself, that this isn't okay, that this is uncomfortable. And I'm just really asking you to keep leaning into that. Offer your ego that nurturing hug. Lean in if you need. Be like, I'm here, ego. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I see you. But if it's okay, can we turn off for 5 minutes and then I'll tune into my heart and I'll come right back to you. I promise. Talk to it like a child. Really talk to it like you'd talk to a 2-year-old, or 1-year-old, whatever age you need to nurture yourself at, okay? So we're really bringing in balance on this feminine and masculine side. And honoring your rawness. Honor the truth, what's here. Really honor that. Honor the rawness of you. Whatever it is. See how beautiful it is to express all these emotions. Maybe you want to do something with them. Maybe this feels too intense to give it words or just too much. I would say just painting it. I like to throw paint down onto a canvas when I'm really feeling it, and I literally just shove my fingers into it and let myself rawness just out on the canvas. I scratch the canvas and I rub my hands. And if you're not that kind of sensory person, that might not be for you, but it's worth a try if you've never tried it. Really offer yourself a big breath. A lot just cleared out. Ooh, that's good. I'm getting really itchy on both ears. That's good. That's feeling like a good balance. And always take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? I know some of us, when we get our perfectionist tendencies, it can be easy to be like, I have to absorb it all. And if I don't absorb it all, I'm nothing. And it's not true. So letting that go. How would it feel to accept yourself exactly as you are right now? How would it feel to accept yourself exactly as you are right now? And ask yourself, what's stopping you from letting yourself be yourself. Is it fear of judgment? Is it fear of rejection? And how may we take ownership of this emotion? How can we offer ourselves that medicine knowing, my thoughts are they're not facts. Your thoughts and your emotions are not facts. Feelings, thoughts, not facts. Not your truth. It's not who you are, and it's happening in the moment, but we're letting go of that idea that we have to hold this on and that it's making us something that we're not. If you were a bad person, you wouldn't care to get better. Bad people don't care to get better. So you're not a bad person. So letting yourself let go of these heavy emotions and own up to the rawness of you, that you feel all these emotions, and that's rad. And feel how the emotion can kind of make you feel alive and present, right? Like, when you stub your toe, you're like, you're so in that moment with your toe, and you're so like agitated, and you let yourself like let it out, right? Like, I don't know why stub toes let us do that, but it's one of those things. It's like, if you feel that same emotion with a person, you don't do that, right? But if you stub your toe, you let it all out and you express it. And that is what Spirit is saying right now with that analogy is, let yourself express, let yourself be raw, because if you're that safe place people can come to, it's going to make the others around you safe too. You just have to decide if you want to be the leader in that. So it's always going to take someone to lead it. So may we offer forgiveness for others and ourselves for not being in a place of acceptance of, maybe you felt like an emotional burden all your life. Maybe your parents or your siblings or your friends, other family members just didn't make you feel emotionally validated. And so now all your life, and what I've learned is that can really turn into ADHD and perfectionism, to just keep pleasing and performing, and to really shut down those emotions because you're like, it's not safe for me to feel this. If I feel anything, I will be rejected. I will be shut out of the pact. I will be invalidated. And then when you feel invalidated, you really can start to carry, and I know from my own experience here, anger and depression. And it's literally that, because you're depressing those emotions down, and you're telling yourself they're not valid. So you have to offer yourself and really be sovereign here in saying, I don't need other people's validation. If I'm feeling this, if this is the rawness of me, I need to let myself feel this, because you're the only person that can feel your body. Just as I imagine you don't like people telling you what you feel, because you're like, no, this is my body. I know how I feel. Really let yourself honor that. No one else is going to be able to tell you how you feel. So you have to be the one to tap in and go, wait, how do I feel? How am I feeling? How is my heart feeling? Not my mind, but my heart. Don't let the mind tell you things. And I know that can be hard to distinguish which one's talking to you. And honestly, you'll know when the heart, you'll feel like, you'll just feel right. Like you almost lead with your chest when it feels right, and you ever notice that when it doesn't feel right, you're kind of like shying away, and you're like, I don't want to do it. No, like kind of shy away from it. But when it's a heart yes, you're like, tell me more. What is this? You really lean in, right? So that's Spirit's saying, when you're checking in with your emotions, check in with your heart, and what is your heart doing? Is your heart leaning away? Oh, that means maybe your heart's scared. It's scared. It doesn't want to share right now. It's going, no, I'm not ready. But if your heart's kind of like leaning out and is like, hello, peekaboo, I'm ready. Then you'll know, like, okay, I can talk to my heart now. Like, there's nothing I need more to say. And if it helps, use an emotions wheel to, if you're like me when I first started to like be like, emotions? What? I don't even know what emotions I'm feeling. Check in with the emotions wheel and you'll kind of like, you'll find it. And I'll link that on the community page for you. You'll find it and you'll be like, ooh, this emotion feels like what I'm feeling right now. That feels right. So then you can really sit in that emotion and be like, what does this emotion mean? I would look up the definition a lot of times and then I'd be like, okay, how does this feel in my body? And things like that. So if those things, just know that you are filled with tools to help you learn to get better. You don't have to be like this all the time. Like there are tools out there that help you regulate your emotions. You don't have to figure it out and like try to tell your brain, like, do it. Like, no, just honor, like, hey brain, it's okay. Like, we're beginners at this. We've never done emotional regulation before. It's just like learning a skill. You can't just pick up guitar and play beautiful music, though we want it to be that way, right? But you can't. You have to learn the basics, and you have to have someone teach you the tools on how to tune your guitar and take care of your guitar and what is a chord and what is a note, and so you have to learn the basics of it before you're just jamming beautiful music. And that's what I want you to offer yourself right now in that emotional regulation, is really offer yourself that nurturance of going, okay, my little superstar, here we are learning emotional regulation for the first time. Let us take it one little bit at a time. Let us learn, what is emotional regulation? What are my emotions? How do emotions feel in my body? Are they big? Are they small? Are they the size does it feel like the size of a school bus, or does it feel like the size of a butterfly? Does this emotion feel like it's in my chest, or does it feel like it's in my hips? Does it feel like it's in my knee? Does it feel like it's in my throat? Really sit with and learn, how does your body respond to emotions? Because it's going to help you learn that when you respond to something, you're going to be like, oh wait, what am I feeling? You can really slow down once you really learn about yourself. Take sovereignship of that emotion you're reacting to. If you're noticing like you're reacting to someone right away and you're like, and you kind of feel shameful about it afterwards, that's your body telling you like, hey, I don't really like responding this way, and I kind of want to change. And usually anger and irritation is your first sign of something needs to change here. So this last little bit here, we did a really good job of clearing that a negative emotional pull hole out. So like those negative beliefs around your emotion feel so clear and dense now. Like it doesn't feel sticky at all anymore. So really good work, guys. Really good work. I have to applaud you here, because that emotional stickiness can be heavy to get rid of. And I am so excited that you did it bravely for the first time. Good for you. And maybe it's not your first time, but it might be for some people. So I feel really called to draw in some cards here. So we'll see what is being present that wants to be said. These are divine feminine. So that's what's feeling very called to me right now. Divine feminine energy. I'm also feeling very masculine too. Something on the masculine side. So we're going to see what's being pulled here. And we're going to fill that energetic sovereignship up with that like excited confidence to own your rawness, right? Like just to like own this rawness out in the world. Like, so what if I get upset? I don't need your opinions to affect me. Wolves don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. If those opinions don't matter to you, that's where we've got to really sit in that rawness. What are my boundaries? What are my what energy are you feeding into? Are you feeding into just having loosey-goosey boundaries and letting everyone stomp all over you in terms of energetically? I'm guilty of that 100%. I let people just have my energy. I just let them take it. I have no guard up. And I've learned over time with age, literally, fine wine here, with age, you learn, okay, hey, my energy, use it wisely. Use it wisely. Just like you probably want to use your phone battery with Wiseman, especially if you're going out for a hike. Or you're going out and you're not going to drain your battery, right? So that's what like Spirit's saying, like use that same discernment and don't just like let your battery get drained by people. You're not just going to let random people come up and use your phone and drain your battery, right? You're going to use discernment on who you trust with your phone and who you want to drain your battery. So that is the same thing you need to think about with your energetic power here is if you want to have emotional regulation, you have to be willing to understand who are you giving your emotions to? Are you letting that neighbor that you give two shits about and like have no interest in getting to know? Are you letting their opinions of you get to you, even though you care less about what they really think? That's where you can offer yourself sovereignty and be like, whoa here. I need to come back in and honor the fact that I'm giving into this energy and I'm the one giving into it. And I have a role here. I am emotionally giving into this anger that they are sending me. So how may I offer myself the medicine I need to turn in and go, oh, okay, that is not my anger. That is not my energy. Let me let go of this emotion. I can see its presence, but let me let go of it. Whether it's shaking or dancing or screaming into a pillow for a second, give yourself that grounding medicine and don't let yourself, don't let yourself give into it. And this is what Spirit literally just said in this message. Wow, I think if you've been with me, we've been getting devotion for quite some time. Spirit is saying that your devotion is paying off and this balance is coming to you. See how balanced she is? And ironically, see how this is the dark with the light and the light side? See how this is completely shadowed and this is completely light? There is a balance here to that. The balance to your negative emotions and your positive emotions. And so we're really honoring that and filling you up with those positive side, right? Like really honoring the light and the dark. Remember how we started this session? We were cleaning up that dark side, cleaning up the shadow side from being so musty to let you come back and forth between the light and the dark. So Spirit's saying your devotion is really paying off here. They're very, very proud of you. And to keep at this devotion, if you keep at this devotion, that's where you're going to find this emotional regulation. So this is where our positivity is coming in, okay? So I want you to really focus on the positive messages Spirit's giving you right here. This is the positive messages about self that Spirit really needs you to take in and absorb here. All right? So really keep to your devotion because your devotion is what's paying off for your rawness. So while you may be questioning if it's paying off for you, like, oh my God, I just can't keep sitting with these emotions. Oh my God, how much more emotions do I have to sit with? Like, if you're really questioning your devotion to that right now, Spirit's saying, just keep at it. It's working. It's paying off. Like, see the beautiful balance that you're bringing, the harmony that you're bringing to yourself. Honor the fact that that's happening for you right now. And Spirit's asking you to bring in the joyful energies, to leave behind those negative energies we just cleared out, and to bring in, and Spirit's asking you, they're saying, what can you do that's going to bring in joyful energies? Where can you focus on those joyful energies? Where can you bring in passion and fire? Where can you bring in that? And right when we said this is a fiery session, right? Like we're igniting passions in this session right now. We cleaned out that emotional that emotional dysregulation. And while we're here with emotional regulation, well, Spirit's saying the reason you're not regulating as much is because you're not bringing in joyful activities. You need to really bring in these joyful, heartfelt activities. And this is what's going to really, really benefit you and change for you. Oh, and radiance. And it's going to help you radiate, right? Radiate from the heart center, from the chakra, radiate and ground down to stay grounded. See, oh my gosh, right when I was telling you, right? Can we look at this? See how there's flowers and she is grounded here, right? But she is in the sky up here, yeah, the sun. So pulling down and pulling up just as we started. So to really give yourself that medicine, pull that spine, let yourself ground down, let yourself rise up. Really and remember that grounding, like that sovereignship and the grounding, right? Like, if you're feeling emotionally dysregulated, you are the one that needs to take charge and regulate your emotions, plain and simple. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to save you. And this is what's going to help you radiate. Yes, this is what's going to help you bring joy into your life. This is what's going to help you radiate and shine and to keep at it with that devotion. Come on. I can't make this stuff up. Potential. Amazing. Like that's amazing. Like that's, if you're keep at this devotion, to keep regulating your emotions, Spirit's saying, bring in your joyful activities now. Fill this energetic field. Make space. How are you making space for joyful activities? What can you offer, even if it's just a little bit of time, 5 to 10 minutes, whatever it may be? How can you give yourself that time for more joyful activities where then you can radiate, where you are then grounded, right? You're grounded and you're radiating. You're both completely emotionally regulated, radiating that emotional regulation. It's going to help you step right into your potential. This emotional dysregulation is keeping you from your potential, keeping you from radiating, from shining and grounding at the same time, from accepting the dualities, right? Then we see how there's dualities in both. Do we see how there's light and dark in both of these, right? To honor those cycles, to honor the duality, because then you're going to step into joy and your potential. And you're only going to be in these energies, guys. Joy and potential. So that is what you're filled with right now, is absolute joy and potential. And your potential, your raw potential. I'm talking however you were as a child, raw potential. So really just closing this in for us to settle that in and bring in that excitement. I don't know about you, but I am definitely feeling fiery, feeling excited, feeling illuminated. Look at my freaking face. I look like a cartoon character right now. This is exciting, guys. Amazing work. I am just having a hard time grounding us down because I'm so excited. So let's just take another deep breath. Nice, a soft exhale. Bring it all in, bring it all in. And if this is one of those times where it feels good to just give yourself a hug and sway back and forth, or again, slouch, or really give yourself that medicine you need right now, okay? Closing us in right here in this beautiful, soft, amazing space of potential and joy and your devotional practice. And I'm just so proud of y'all, and I hope that when you go into your days, you're honoring that duality, and you're honoring your potential, and you're honoring your regulation in both the light and the dark. And maybe sit with, if you need, sit with what qualities are light and dark. You know, I know that I deal with anger and jealousy sometimes. So that's a little bit of my anger or my dark qualities. But I also experience a lot of joy and I experience a lot of love. So of course that's the duality of that, right? So it's like, offer yourself that space of like, okay, this is who I am. This is okay. I can have both emotions be here and be present because, of course, they reflect each other, right? Filling you up and closing you with that love that I hope you feel for yourself right now. Just really filling that heart center up with that abundance you need to keep a fire going. Really lighting up that potential in your heart so you may feel it as much as I feel it for you. Y'all are so, so powerful, and I hope that outside of the fear, you can see that your power is here, right here inside you. Great work today, guys. I feel like each one of these is always so powerful, and I'm just really honored to ride here and dance with y'all because it's been really helpful and healing for my own journey, and to see you guys comment and be here with me, it makes me feel less alone in this world, and I've spent a lot of time alone in this world. And so I'm really thankful for you all here, and I hope that together we can make each other feel so loved and so powerful. And that's always been my intention with this page, is to really offer that holistic healing on getting our needs met, you know, especially from the outside world, especially from other people. It's so hard to express, especially anymore with texting and just, I feel like technology, it's made us all a little rigid. And so I really just want this channel to give us that safe space to communicate our needs and to communicate them safely and lovingly, and to not feel judgment from those around us. That's a big part of this space I want to offer here, is that you feel no judgment, that you feel accepted in the beautiful rawness of you, right? The beautiful you. And I just want you to feel nurtured in that. So I feel like today was such a great way to come through with that, and to really remind you guys of this space that's offered here for you to let go. Including me, right? Like, you guys offer me that space too. So it's a give and receive always. And if it feels called, if you liked what you saw here, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, donating. There's a little donation link. It'll take you to PayPal on my description below. And that just always helps me keep this accessible and free for everyone, and to keep the community free. You know, I'd hate to go to Patreon and stuff like that, but it might go that way. So that's why I offer here, and I want to offer as much as I can. So thank you guys so much. You know, we're all in this together. We're not alone. And yeah, I really hope you feel the love and compassion here, and I would appreciate any support in return just to help get this healing out there. So thank you guys again. I love you, and I hope to see you here. Until next time.